Hi, Todd Pouliot, Gateway Financial, mygatewaymoney.com. Got a great video for you today, one that we do happen to use more than we think we would use it, but it's a great flow chart about pensions. And should I take my pension as a lump sum? Although they are increasingly rare, employer pensions can make up a considerable portion of our clients' expected retirement benefits. Whether they're nearing retirement or already receiving ongoing pension payments, clients may have the option to choose lump sum distribution or a buyout instead of a lifetime stream of payments. Several factors must be analyzed in order to determine what course of action is best for our client and their unique circumstances. So in this flow chart, we're going to cover various areas about life expectancy considerations, the viability of the pension plan, risk tolerance and the need for guaranteed income, wealth transfer consideration, and lifetime income options. So as we always do, we'll share our screen for you. And there you go. So again, the charts are updated yearly, but we don't see a whole lot of change in this flow chart. And it's a fairly simple flow chart, but it doesn't have any of the math. And that's the one thing that we can't know without seeing each individual plan. Do you have health concerns or other concerns that your life expectancy or joint life expectancy might be shorter than the average? History of cancer, obesity, diabetes, whatever it may be. If the answer is yes, does the value of the lump sum exceed the value of the lifetime income that you expect to collect? Now, one of the things that we want to talk about is some of our other videos. If you have a couple who's 65 and the chance of one of you living to 90 is 50%. Now, those numbers can change dramatically based upon your healthcare situation. If you have a same-sex female couple or a more traditional male or female couple, those numbers can vary. So be cognizant of what your actual life expectancy is, and also work with your doctor and say, hey, here's how long my parents live. Here's my genetic code. Here's my healthcare history. What is my life expectancy going to be? And calculating that out is a very simple calculation. So does that value exceed the value of the lifetime income collect that you'd expect? Yes, consider taking a lump sum to maximize the value that you receive. And once that you own those assets, those are your assets that you can pass along to your spouse or children or charity or whomever you need it to be. If the answer is no, consider choosing a lifetime income option that maximizes the value that you receive. Maybe you personally do not have a long life expectancy, but your spouse or your other couple does have a long life expectancy. You can do a joint annuity payout on that pension. So be cognizant of whether or not you are married or not married. Along with that, I will come through back on this flow chart the other way. So again, if we don't have any big health concerns, do you trust the financial health of your pension plan is reasonably secure? Boy, a lot of people overvalue the value of that pension and the strength of that pension. I remember during the financial crisis we had in 08, 09, Ford was doing whatever they could to get people off their pension plan, off onto other insurance companies. I know Chrysler had some very difficult issues with their pension plan. And personally, I knew my father, the company that he worked for 27 years, had a pension plan issue and greatly reduced the value of his pension. So just understand that there are financial strength issues and also the insurance company that's backing the pension that's there, along with the company that that pension is still going to be very strong for you as you move forward. Now, pensions are in a much better place than we were 15 years ago as far as health in an overall atmosphere, but still be cognizant of how your individual plan may be adjusted. And God forbid you retire and then that plan gets adjusted on you. So let's say no, consider taking a lump sum if you have a serious doubts about the viability of your plan. again, the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation or your state, and understanding those options, that's a much more complicated issue than just this video will allow us. Yes, I do trust. Will your other sources of retirement income, including Social Security, investment accounts, cover your expected fixed cost in retirement? So I have plenty of assets. I have plenty of Social Security. I have low expenses. Will those sources cover that? Say yes. Do you want the ability to transfer your pension assets to your heirs as a legacy? Yes. Consider taking a lump sum ownership and control of the assets. And that is something that we are seeing more and more people say, I just want control. I just want to be able to define my retirement, to retire with dignity and stay retired with dignity. And the transfer and any amounts remaining at death that you can give that control to. No, are you concerned about overspending and longevity risks? That is a common occurrence now. People are living longer, and it's just about not mortality, also morbidity. So yeah, I am concerned. Consider choosing a lifetime income option to guarantee a steady stream of income throughout your lifetime. Again, I'm not concerned. Does the value of the lump sum exceed the value of the lifetime income that you expect to collect? Yes. Consider taking a lump sum to maximize the value, or no, consider choosing a lifetime income. And these are all the things that you need to look at. And I said there's not a lot of math here, but does the value of the lump sum exceed the value of the lifetime income that you expect to collect? What would you do with that money if you had it as a lump sum? Some of our clients throughout the years have been extremely risky in their investments and now have this lump sum, and they say, this is kind of my nest egg. This is something I can fall back on. They are much more conservative. So we put a certain percentage based on that. And that's not 8, 10, or 12% rates of return. It could be a 5% compounded rate of return on those assets for that pension. And is that calculation also being added? So again, I don't want to go through the minutia of the math. Each individual person is different in how we have to do that math. So back over here, the other sources of income, no, we don't have enough other sources of income. Consider choosing a lifetime income. Also, some pensions give you an option for a partial lump sum layout. So you could do a partial and say, hey, I want to take part of that as a lump sum, and I also want part of that as a payment that comes to me on a monthly or annual basis. So again, one of the concerns over here is, are you married? Yes. Compare a single life annuity to joint and survivor options. So sometimes you can say, this is my lifetime annuity, but my spouse at my time of death will get 50%. Expenses should go down. Things should change. That's what you do. I will say we've had some in the past widows come to us. There was a joint option available, but that's not what was chosen by the spouse, and they leave them without any income. So make sure you have your spouse involved in these financial projections and what happens if one of you does not live as long as the other. Is there life insurance? Is there some other way to make up that gap if you choose not to have this joint survivor option? Compare your plan's lifetime income, quote, to alternatives available in the open market, and consider strategies paired with life insurance, just as I said. And again, if you're not married, you may be eligible between a single life annuity and a period certain life annuity. So you want to sign up for the annuity for the pension payout, and it will pay you to the end of time. What happens if something happens to you in 18 months? Everything disappears. Or some of the pension outlays offer you a lifetime income guarantee with a 10-year minimum certain. And that can be a great alternative to secure your financial future should something happen to you. And again, that goes back to that medical question that we talked about way back here on any health issues. So if you're unmarried, maybe I can find a way to get a minimum payout out of this if I choose this period certain. But again, if you do have those health issues, look at the value, consider what that is with your physician, and say, maybe we want to choose a lifetime income, maybe we want to choose that lump sum. Every situation is so different, and we really hope that you come to us and talk to us about this. I've got this pension plan, I don't know what to do with it. And to be a real quick answer, we will tell you the same thing. We don't know what to do with it. What we want to do is we want to read the plan. We want to know what the pension plan says. And then we want to look at their calculations and say, here's the payout. The payout should equal in 14.2 years. But if you take the lump sum and you invest it in this type of investment, you'll probably get to that amount in 10 years at a 7.2 rate of return. Lots of calculations with math. Those are the very high level discussions that we have on pensions and lump sum payouts or lifetime or period certain, or all the different things that we need to talk about. But ultimately, it does come down to math. And mostly it comes down to what you feel comfortable with. You need to know that you can put your head down at night and sleep and feel well about what you're doing. And secondly, there's been some great studies done about annuities and how they actually help with longevity. There's some mental lapse, or some, not a lapse, it's a mental gears that tick, that you're trying to beat the insurance company. So you're more than willing to make it to that mailbox to make sure that that next check comes. So some interesting data that's been brought up over the years about what the correct options are to do. Obviously, the math is very black and white, but we also need to know that you're able to sleep at night knowing that, yes, I've got this large lump sum payout of assets that now I can control, and control is a big thing, or I've got this lifetime payout that I know I don't ever have to worry about. Some other considerations that we didn't talk about during this are inflation and other issues that may come into play. I've got this annuity that's going to pay me X amount of dollars per month, but it includes no inflation. And boy, right now we're talking about some large inflation numbers, and who knows where we will be in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. Again, if you retire at 65 and you're part of a couple, the chance of one of you making it to 90 is a 50% shot. And that's up today based on current medical practices, and how much better may we be in 30 years from now. So again, love you subscribers. You really make me feel great subscribing and signing up for our channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We really appreciate that. It helps us with the algorithm. It helps us get out this educational purpose to our folks out there watching. And you all have a great day now.